When I first got into enstars, I wasn't aware of what I was getting myself into. I didn't realize how much content there was until I fell into the rabbit hole. A decade worth of story content, the animes, stage play adaptations, and the hidden gems. When I thought I have seen it all, there's still so much more to see, until I realized there was still one place left I haven't discovered yet. The game that came before Ensemble Stars, or rather the blueprint of Enstars. If you didn't know, Enstars is actually a spin-off of engirls. A lot of our beloved idols are based off of the characters and some that have strong connections, which I will be talking all about today. I won't be going over the main story completely, so if this video intrigues you and you're interested in getting into engirls more, feel free to check out the Ensemble Girls fan wiki. They have the first main story translated in English. They are looking for translators, so if you know Japanese and wanna help out, you should totally head over to their Discord. Also, this video may contain some spoilers, so you have been warned. With that out of the way, let's dive into the world of Ensemble Girls. Ensemble Girls was a game produced by Happy Elements and released on the 22nd of November 2012. It was very similar to Ensemble Stars Basic. It was a character training game and a card collecting game. Of course it had gacha. Every good anime training game needs to have gambling. It focused a lot on the characters and lore of the story. On the 30th of November 2015, they ended service but came out with a reboot a year later on the 7th of October 2016, adding another exclamation mark to its title like Enstars did with their reboot. This new reboot came with new live 2D models and voice acting. Unfortunately, it ended service on the 15th of February 2018. There is an app called Ensemble Girls Memories with all the old stories available to read on the Japanese Apple App Store and Google Play Store. As I said, engirls is unfortunately not localized and it's left up to the fans to translate. The engirls fan wiki has a lot of information about the characters and the lore, which I'll be explaining in this video. Ensemble Girls sets place in an all-girls school called Kimisaki Private Academy. The school has a lot of clubs, which we will get into later. The main story of engirls takes place in the first year of ES establishment. In Enstars fashion, a student of the opposite sex enters the school, which is the player, soon discovered by the student council president Himari, ordering him to be her lackey. Currently there are student council president re-elections taking place due to the fact a lot of students think she's not capable of being president. She doesn't want to lose her position, so she must boost her reputation and help all the students with their troubles. The school newspaper set up a poll on who is most likely to become the next student council president, but Himari came in 6th place. Some of the girls in the top 5 aren't even interested in being president. Himari sets out to meet her rivals. You can think of this as the engirls version of the 5 eccentrics. The top 5 candidates for the student council president re-election are Suzu the fallen angel in 5th place, Mitsuru the prince in 4th place, Ayami the overlord in 3rd place, Hajime the living god in 2nd place, and Riika her majesty the queen in 1st. Himari must win back the trust and respect from the student body and make her dream come true of making Kimisaki Academy a place full of fun and happiness. Our beloved producer Anzu actually plays a big role within the story of Kimisaki Academy. Before she transferred to Umanosaki, she was a first year at Kimisaki. I'm not going to go too in depth with what happens because I'm planning on making a separate video covering Anzu's story. Basically, Kimisaki Academy used to be a very strict school, only focusing on studies and nothing else. Anzu used to be in the tea ceremony club but only was there to slack off. She joined a group of troublemakers to rebel against the school in hopes to make it a better environment, but got the club shut down. You can think of this as Kimisaki's war era. Ironic, since they fought for two completely different things. The troublemakers of Kimisaki fought for a more carefree environment. Meanwhile, Ichi and Kito fought for a more strict environment in Umanosaki with the Dream Fests. Anzu joined an exchange student program with a nearby school, as we know as Umanosaki, and transferred without saying anything to her friends. Her step-brother, the protagonist, also joined the exchange program and took her place in Kimisaki. You must have heard of the Enstars time loop theory. I mean makes sense knowing we only have been in 2 years of ES and all the characters have had about 4 birthdays despite aging. I'm telling you most of y'all are supposed to be in your mid-20s now, why are you still 19? Anyways, engirls is actually canonically in a time loop. Since engirls and enstars are set in the same universe, this would apply to enstars as well. It was started by Ruri wishing to reignite her fading childhood friendship with Hotori, and the only way the time loop can be broken is when everyone resolves their biggest regrets. In the final story of engirls, you can see that once they all been set free, many resolutions happen. There's another theory that the reason Rei acts older is because his mind isn't affected by the time loop, so mentally he feels older. This could imply that the time loop has been going on for a pretty long time. Time to spend the rest of this video getting to know our very large cast. It's actually a bit larger than Enstar's cast. Instead of units, engirls focuses on grouping everyone in clubs, since this isn't an idol school like Umanosaki after all. Also, I'm sorry if I don't have much to say about a certain character. I may say a lot more for others, it really just depends. Especially because there's so many characters and I have a hard time describing things. Our beloved student council that's the heart of our plot consists of President Himari, Vice President Mitsuru, the Treasurer Tomoko, our secretaries the Futaba twins which we will talk about later, and the errand boy Lucky-kun. Himari is our student council president as well as the president of the literature club. Himari is basically our Subaru. She's the face of the franchise and the central character of the main story. Himari often messes up and loses motivation, which is why people believe she's not suited for being the student council president. She's childish and optimistic. She cares a lot about the students of Kimisaki and does anything she can for them. Mitsuru is the vice president of the student council and the vice captain of the track team. She is known as the prince and quite popular among girls. She often helps Himari and takes care of her when she's clumsy. Tomoko is the treasurer of the student council and the vice captain of the kendo team. She is straightforward and serious. She is quick to point out stupidity or ridiculousness. She often has to do work Himari can't do. When she holds her sword she becomes clouded by bloodlust and others have to disarm her before she can do harm. Suma is based off of her, their enthusiasm for swords and the way they both carry one around. They also have the same hair. The art club consists of Momo, Natsumi and Suma. Momo is the most skilled in the art club. Despite her childish demeanor, she's very skilled in drawing. She can be seen sitting on the ground drawing away with her crayons. You'd expect to see a child's drawing, but instead you see a masterpiece that could be put up in museums. Leo is partially based off of her, because they are both geniuses and can get inspired easily. Natsumi is like the mother of the group. She likes to take care of her friends and classmates and often makes lunches and sweets for them like a mother would. Madara is based off her, due to them both being seen as mother-like. She is also known for being big and is also Anzu's childhood friend like him. She is very close with protagonist. She is the one who initially guided him around the school when he first arrived, since they are also childhood friends. She actually gets into a romantic relationship with the protagonist during the last story of engirls. Sumaya is the most serious and doesn't really understand jokes but respects her clubmates regardless. She is very focused on her studies to become a doctor like her parents. The astronomy club consists of President Ruri, Vice President Hotori, and Koyo. Ruri is often absent from school for various reasons. She has a very unique way of talking and often references difficult astrophysics concepts, which makes it hard for others to understand her. She also has poor understanding of social norms and acts over-familiar with others. One time she snuck into the protagonist's house and slept next to him without him knowing. It is implied that Leo once met her and thought she was an alien, which made him interested in space. His catchphrase was originally supposed to be Ruri's catchphrase. Hotori is the vice president of the astronomy club and a part of the library committee. She's a slacker and likes napping. Since Ruri is often absent and Hotori is normally in charge, the club doesn't end up doing anything most of the time. Izumi's appearance is based off of her. In his beta design, he had the same glasses as her and implied to have the same personality as her. A part of her surname is written the same as Kana's name. Koyo is shy and introverted. Despite looking troubled, she isn't actually troubled. Due to her shy nature, she doesn't talk to men much and the protagonist is the only guy she talks to. She talks in Kansai dialect and she's cousins with Tsuayuri. The brass band consists of President Yuri, Kiko and Kani. Yuri is the president of brass band and is in the beautification committee. She can be unapproachable due to her seriousness. She trains her juniors in the brass band club with discipline. She is very put off by men and actively avoids protagonist. She claims she's being harassed whenever she's around him despite him doing absolutely nothing to her. She has a crush on her classmate Tsuayuri. Kiko is clumsy and is prone to tripping. She often forgets where she puts things. She plays the piccolo and it can attract animals from around the school. She now has a pet alligator named Kodaru. Kani is incredibly blunt and somewhat harsh yet also shows her care towards others. She thoroughly thinks through every decision she makes to the point that time passes before she takes action. She wants everyone to be safe and sensible, which is why she thinks so logically. Towards Kiko, she comes off as bitter due to her clumsiness, but she just cares a lot about her. The band club is seen as quite destructive. Their budget is tight due to having performances where guitars and other objects get destroyed. They have a song out that I suggest you listen to because it's a banger. The band club consists of President Sarah on guitar, Vice President Suzu on vocals, Ruka on keyboard and Shizuku on drums. Sarah is optimistic and caring towards her classmates but can show a deep level of insecurity and anxiety. Her family is poor due to having to pay for her medical care. She spent most of her life hospitalized. She's expressed the feeling of FOMO due to being hospitalized for so long. She doesn't like hearing the word hospital and listens to music to help herself calm down. She has a habit of eating flowers or food that dropped on the ground. As you can guess, Ichi is based off of her. They both were hospitalized most of their life. Suzu is the vocalist and vice president. She is known as the fallen angel and the 5th student council president candidate. She is very careless and is mostly responsible for the fact their budget is so tight for breaking guitars all the time when she is emotional. She secretly works part-time at the amusement park with Mai to help pay for the damages. Her personality almost reminds me of Koga but a lot more reckless. Although her carelessness, she cares a lot about others and reminds them to take care of their health and encourages them. Suzu hasn't always been like this though. During her first year she was very shy and clumsy. She was very close with Anzu and involved in the troublemakers rebellion. Due to Anzu transferring without notice, her personality changed to what it is today. As most of you may know, it's heavily implied and honestly confirmed at this point that she's Mika's long-lost twin sister. I wish I talked about this in my Valkyrie video but it completely slipped my mind when making it. Suzu is adopted and was abandoned by her family at a young age like Mika. She has heterochromia but hides one of her eyes due to the fear of being bullied. Her birthday is listed as unknown, which implies that it could be the same day as Mika's since they were both in their 3rd year at the same time. Suzu met Mika at Valkyrie's underground venue performance during Milky Way.
君、なぜか女性に好かれるよね。あの若い、軽薄なバンドの連中と近頃仲良くしているようだけど。
女の人の方が喋りやすいわ。バンドなんかそのファンなんかわからんけど、俺と同じように目の色が左右で違う子がおってな。応援してますって言ってもろたんよ。嬉しいわ。その子の身内っぽいバンドと仲良うなってな。そこから他のバンドの人らとも親しくなれたんよ。なんかあの子は他人って気がせえへんわ。俺の生き別れの姉とか妹とかやろか。よかったらおっさんも紹介するで。
遠慮しておくよ。凡族どもと慣れ合うつもりはないからね。
Ruka is the keyboardist and lyricist of the rock band club. She is shy and has a habit of blurting out whatever is on her mind regardless how creepy it is, and she tends to jump to conclusions. She has deep insecurities but keeps a bold impression on stage to show dedication to their rock and roll spirit. Ruka is Leo's little sister. She often talks about him doing things like being in college, composing from his computer, and drives her to school in a way that causes traffic, even though none of this has been shown, and it's probably because this was written way before Enstars' second era started. Shizuku is the drummer of the rock band club. She has a static expression and demeanor and she's tomboyish. She reminds me of Mocha from Bandori. She is bad with decisions and usually has to put up with her other bandmates' behavior and is fed up with them. She enjoys being around the protagonist probably due to the fact she can relate to him because he also has to put up with troublesome people. The Broadcasting Club is responsible for doing announcements and spreading news and information throughout the school. Despite Misaki being the only member, Shizuku helps out as a part of the election administration committee. Misaki has expressed dissatisfaction with the fact the club has so little members but stays passionate regardless. She's always seen wearing her headphones wherever she goes. Another club that has only one member is the Computer Club, which is dedicated to technology and gaming. Yuki is quiet and reserved. She spends her time gaming and programming. People think she's a natural loner, but in reality she's not good at being social and wants to make more friends. She has a crush on protagonist and wishes to get closer with him. People go to her whenever they need help with technology. The choir club consists of Vice President Yu, Tsubasa and Kerry. They often perform for the school as well as compete competitively. Yu is the vice president of the choir club. She is laid back and hates getting involved with troublesome things. She is pretty straightforward, so she can come off as harsh. She doesn't like to be around Tsubasa and finds her suffocating. She plays piano for their performances. Tsubasa appears cheery and friendly to her fans, but she actually has a ruthless and straightforward mindset. She grew up in an idol training facility. The idol training facility is described like a military training facility, similar to the one Ibara and Yuzuru grew up in. There was a theory she grew up in the same facility as them due to her speaking and thought patterns to be similar to them, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Speaking of Ibara, the way he speaks is based off of her. Despite that, she can be very loving and caring towards others and loyal to the person she trusts. She's a part of the idol group Merry Melody. She also keeps several assault rifles in her apartment. Kerry is very confident but gets emotional at the slightest mishaps. When club activities become too much for her, she tends to hide but comes back because she loves singing no matter what. She is a big fan of Merry Melody. She hasn't missed any of their performances. The Critter Club is dedicated to taking care of animals. Aim is the only member because people are scared of her due to her unapproachable aura. She is known as the Overlord. She's the third most voted candidate for Student Council President. Despite her label, she is actually very kind and enjoys helping others. She runs a secret study group. She is one of the smartest students in the school. She really loves animals to the point she expresses it in a creepy way. She gets overly excited and creeps out others. This also applies to other cute things as well. Mayo is partially based off of her due to the fact they both express strong and off-putting reactions towards things they find cute. The cooking club consists of President Kasumi, Chiyo and Koharu. Kasumi comes off as a bit out of touch with reality. She spends most of her time relaxing and has little interest in humans. She has a rare condition that makes her have a hard time eating ordinary foods. The food has to be perfect for her body to be able to consume it. She has a magic touch when it comes to cooking and can fix any bad meal with just putting on her secret special spice. Chiyo is newer to the cooking club and finds it hard to catch up to the others, but tries her best no matter what. She's quite clumsy and tends to drop things a lot. She specializes in making sweets and pastries, so she doesn't have a lot of experience making other meals besides baking. Koharu is a part of the disciplinary committee. She loves eating and gathering food. She tends to easily attach to others. Upon meeting Chiyo for the first time, she attached to her almost immediately and hugs her a lot. She calls Kasumi her excellency and tries her best to be perfect for her despite Kasumi hating it. You can think of them like the toxicity Shumika had. The gardening club grows various crops and vegetables for the school. The members consist of President Midori and Kirumi. Midori is also a part of the arboriculture committee. Midori loves plants and she can hear the voices of the flowers. She's normally quiet, but when she talks about plant life it really gets her going. She spoils Kirumi and keeps her close, partially in fear that the gardening club will shut down if she leaves. I feel Midori may have been based of her despite them having the same name. They are both in groups centered around gardening. Midori helps out his family's vegetable business. He is also shy but can start talking a lot when it comes to the things he enjoys. Kirumi is a part of the healthcare committee, which she often used their vegetables in her recipes to help the patients. Although her cooking is on the same level as Ritsu's, She kinda just throws a bunch of random stuff together. She spends most of her time gardening with Midori. She's always trying her best at everything but is also clumsy and unaware, which makes her mess up a lot. She means no harm but feels bad about it. Even when she gets down she can easily get back up due to her straightforward personality. The literature club is dedicated to writing and publishing stories and magazines for the school. The literature club consists of President Himari, Uayu and Eika. Uayu is quite naive and is easily swayed by anything or anyone around her. Despite her appearance, she enjoys violent movies. She often carries around a sheep-stuffed animal named Daniel. She has cherished him since she was very young. When she's apart from him she shows great distress. Eika appears to be cold and is hard to approach, but in reality she's shy and sensitive. Despite her having a hard time expressing emotions, she speaks up if it's for someone she cares about. She really loves cats and takes care of the stray cats behind the school. She enjoys writing and loves romance books. She is quite frail and has to wear a cardigan even during the summer. The drama club consists of President Yako, Vice President Chizuru and Chika. It has a deep connection to the Troublemakers rebellion. Yako is extremely serious and passionate about theater. This causes her to be harsh with her peers. She trains them with discipline, although she can be very protective over others. She was the leader of the Troublemakers rebellion. During that time her personality was much more reckless and mischievous, but due to the rebellion failing and Anzu transferring, she went through a bit of a personality change like Suzu did. She has similar character development and role to Rei. He also was a lot more reckless and aggressive before the war, then changing afterwards. You can view it as his role was similar due to him being the leader of the 5 eccentrics and failing to protect them after their executions, similar to how Yako failed to make a change and caused the tea ceremony club to shut down and Anzu transferring. Chizuru is the vice president of the drama club and a part of the arboriculture committee. She is very girly and often plans musicals about love and romance. She's normally the lead role in all their plays. She is a hopeless romantic, especially around Mitsuru. She is hardworking and wants to help others like a big sister, to the point it overwhelms her. She acts positive to drive away loneliness. She was also involved with the Troublemakers rebellion and is friends with Anzu. In middle school, she allowed anyone to walk over her and was silent around others. This caused Yako to bully her to help get others' attention. Due to her verbal tic, it's implied that she is the narrator for the Crosstalk side story in the Enstars light novel series. During the duel against Trickster and Knights, Anzu messaged her Kamisaki friends to help cheer for Trickster. Chizuru visited Umanosaki to reunite with Anzu and encountered Mika sleeping on the job. She also met Shu when he came to go get him. She was confused when Mademoiselle started talking like everyone else and questioned if it was ventriloquism. She described Shu as a kind father giving his sleeping son a piggyback home and called them a wondrous duo. Tori's appearance is based off of her design. Chika is also in the drama club. She's good at preparing props for plays but hates being on stage. She doesn't really like her clubmates, especially Yako's harshness. She attempts to run away. She normally is wandering the school or visiting other classes. Her ahoge is sensitive and actually functions like an antenna. The tea ceremony club consists of President Ryuka and Vice President Sakura. It is dedicated to traditional Japanese rituals of drinking tea. It is the club that Anzu was once a part of before transferring. Ryuka is known as Her Majesty the Queen and is the most popular candidate for the Student Council President re-elections. She used to be the Student Council President before stepping down and giving her position to Himari. She adores Ryuka and sees her as her big sister. Ryuka is very popular with the students. She's calm and gentle but acts mature around others. She is childhood friends with Mitsuru. Since both of their families are rich, they are both seen as royalty. Mitsuru is the prince or king, and Ryuka is the princess or queen. She is the reason the tea ceremony club originally got shut down and feels guilty for it. That is why she stepped down as student council president and believes she doesn't deserve to be in Kamisaki anymore. Ichi is based off her, both being seen as the antagonists of the main plot and doing something to others that they regret. They also have a similar way of talking. Sakura is the chairwoman of the beautification committee. She loves seeing things clean and neat. She's quite the clean freak to the extreme. She goes around the school every week to make sure everything is clean. She was also involved with the Troublemakers rebellion and feels bad for what happened along with Ryuka. She has been friends with Anzu since middle school. Kito's personality is based off of hers. Anzu used to be afraid of Kito due to him reminding her of Sakura. The newspaper club consists of President Fumi and Hiyono. They are dedicated to writing and distributing school newspaper. Their newspapers tend to be less factual. Fumi is quite eccentric when it comes to her newspaper talks. She gets very enthusiastic about it. It kinda reminds me of Shu whenever he talks super enthusiastically like he's superior. She often spends her time running around the school to get topics and info to put on the paper. The newspaper is very impactful, so she tends to use it to her advantage. She leaves the writing to Hiyono due to her being very skilled. She secretly publishes columns about her work. Hiyono is shy and easily embarrassed. She can get easily overwhelmed and over-explains herself and apologize a lot, putting herself down. She attaches to others easily and idolizes them. She spends most of her time researching and writing for the school newspaper. She used to spend her time writing in the back of the class. Fumi noticed her skill and recruited her for the newspaper club. The Occult Research Club consists of President Mizuki, Minazuki and Sora. They are dedicated to researching, communicating and observing otherworldly entities. I mentioned the Futaba twins earlier since they are secretaries of the student council despite them barely doing their work. You can tell them apart by their hair clips, but if they don't have any on you can tell by their bangs. Mizuki's bangs are always swayed to the left, and Minazuki's to the right. It is said that when you see them they give good luck, but getting involved with them brings bad fortune. They speak cryptically and mysteriously with each other, since they are seen as a phenomenon. The Sakuma brothers could be loosely inspired by them due to their family being believed as vampires. Also, their color-coded hair clips are similar to the Aoi twins. Mizuki is the older twin and the president of the Occult Research Club. Despite her mysterious image, she is actually pretty cheerful and upbeat. She acts more recklessly than her sister and acts playful and mischievous, but she never means harm. She is protective over Minazuki and always tries to keep her safe and happy. This leads to her having to shoulder burdens alone. Minazuki is the younger twin. Her hair appears less messy than Mizuki's, which implies that she's more orderly. She thinks that Mizuki lacks common sense and has too much confidence, but loves her anyway. Sora is also a part of the occult club. She is sensitive and shy but can appear the second someone says her name. She has very sharp hearing, which is why she avoids crowds. She comes off as disconnected to reality, but she's actually hyper aware of everything around her. She claims she can communicate with the universe. The Going Home Club consists of Tsuayuri, Mai, Maria, Kid and Shion. These are the students that aren't a part of any extracurricular activities and normally go home after school. Tsuayuri is a part of the healthcare committee. She is very fragile and gets sick easily, which is why she's not in any clubs. She has anemia and occasionally gets dizzy and lightheaded. She never misses a day of school but is rarely present in class. She often studies in the study hall or the infirmary. Shion is a part of the library committee. She's always reading books everywhere she goes. She's very knowledgeable in many subjects and good at trivia. Her quietness makes her stand out in her class. She has a mountain of books that grow every day on her desk. Despite both being bookworms, Shion and Fumi don't get along. They get into disputes about literature, but Shion likes how Fumi can engage in discussion unlike anyone else. Kid is the chairwoman of the disciplinary committee. She is a monster of rule enforcement and punishes tardy students at the school gate. She enjoys seeing students distraught when she gives them citations. She is good friends with Sakura and they are known as the spring-fall duo. They are both devoted followers of Ryuka and follow her around like she's the real queen of the school. Mai is trendy and quite the social butterfly. She isn't in any clubs because she wants to maximize her free time. She enjoys staying up to date with fashion trends. She's often reading fashion magazines and hanging out at the shopping district. She is close friends with Yuki and adores her like a big sister. Mao's appearance is based off of her design. Ironically, while Mai maximizes her free time, Mao nearly has no free time due to being a hard worker with too many obligations. Maria is a part of the healthcare committee. Her house doubles as a church, so she grew up deeply religious and often quotes the Bible. She's a gentle airhead and very caring towards others. She's a gift giver and likes to craft gifts for others despite being clumsy with her hands. She likes to place flowers on people's desks, but some mistake it for harassment. Her birthday is on Christmas, which is traditionally a Christian holiday. Tatsumi's personality is based off of hers. Hajime is the only member of the archery team. She is known as the living god and the second most popular candidate for the student council president re-election. She's serious and mostly ignorant to things that are common knowledge in modern society. Due to her mysterious aura, some students worship her. She can very easily read people's minds and comes off as a good therapist. It is believed if you have a strand of her hair you will have good luck. Hiko is a believer of her. She is also very skilled with her bow. She has gotten close with Himari and cherishes their friendship. She never had friends like that due to everyone believing she's a god when she says so many times that she isn't. It is implied that her distant ancestors have connections to Kanata. Her family's shrine is the setting for some of the stories in Enstars. The basketball team consists of Boteng and Asuka. Boteng is extremely athletic and others seem to ask her for assistance a lot. She really loves sweets to the point she wants to live off of them. Due to her classmates being eccentric, she is quite overshadowed. Tsukasa is based off her design, and they both love sweets. Asuka is also in the disciplinary committee. She is very energetic and eager to be like her seniors in the athletics committee, especially Boteng. She looks up to them to the point she compares their lifestyle and even breast size. She works hard on her basketball team practices but slacks in disciplinary committee work, which upsets Keed. She often ends her sentences similarly to Totoro and Nikki. The cheerleading consists of Captain Mashiro, Vice Captain Nana and Katori. The cheerleading team often cheers on the athletic teams and other students. Mashiro is the captain of the cheerleading team. She is found in many places cheering people on and hopes she can put smiles on everyone's faces to brighten their day. She has a fiery personality and rarely anything gets to her, but when it does she cries. She is quite out of the loop and fails to attend the athletics committee meetings on time. Chiaki's personality is based off of her. Nana is excitable and overflowing with energy. It's to the point that she can come off as annoying to others. Due to her energetic personality, she always overcomes anything. She always does her best for her teammates and friends, despite her studies being weak and lacking academic skills. Her personality is very similar to Subaru and may have been a partial inspiration. Katori has an unyielding spirit. She's a part of the idol unit Merry Melody. She characterizes herself as someone who doesn't speak when acting as an idol due to the fact she wants to hide her country accent. The judo team consists of Captain Hikaru and Isami. They compete in martial arts. Hikaru has a lot of strength. She grew up being raised in a dojo, which makes her incredibly skilled but still somehow gets herself hurt. Despite her petite body, she has superhuman strength. She prefers physical activity over studying but still takes it seriously. Mitsuru's appearance is inspired by her. Isami is also skilled and strong. She's often seen as the tough type, which makes her struggle to admit she likes cute things. She likes taking things at her own pace and dislikes Hikaru's coaching. Renren is the only member of the karate team. She was born and raised in China and came to Japan to attend high school. She has a rivalry with the judo team and often tries to steal Isami away. The kendo team consists of Captain Jin, Vice Captain Tomoko, and Ichika. The kendo team competes in bamboo sword martial arts. Jin is a casually vulgar person with a playful demeanor. She takes long absences to train in the mountains to become a warrior. She often says inappropriate things about others and uses her strength to her advantage to torment people around her. But she does care a lot about her peers and helps them in her unique way. Ichika is a part of the athletics committee. Since she's newer to kendo, she is a subject to Jin and Tomoko's inhuman sword training. She enjoys video games and hangs out at the arcade on no practice days. She adores her older sister Hajime. It's to the point that she wants to marry her so they can never separate. The lacrosse team consists of Chiaki, Runa, and Ku. Chiaki is a strong, dedicated girl who does her best to achieve her goals. She originally went to Kimisaki for lacrosse and practices really hard. She never wants to give up and always gives it her all. Due to being in a team with troublemakers, she often has to deal with them and scold them. She gets very frustrated when they do something that irritates her or goes against her wishes. She also works at the Cat-Maid Cafe. Runa frames herself as Kimisaki's greatest villain. She's very mischievous and loves causing trouble. She reminds me of Cypher from Honkai Star Rail. Regardless of if the pranks are harmless or catastrophic, she always has a playful demeanor. She also keeps a lot of animals as pets. Ku is a foreign transfer student. She's naive and innocent, trying her best to learn Japanese culture. She is known as the club buster due to Runa telling her a lot of lies to make her cause mischief without meaning to. She loves people and acts like close friends with people she just met, which makes it easy for her to get taken advantage of. The softball team consists of Hayate and Yi. Hayate is the chairwoman of the athletics committee. She grew up around her brothers, which is why she acts similarly to them. She loves helping people solve their problems. She calls herself the champion of justice. She almost acts like a comic book superhero. Hyono admires her a lot and gave her that title in the newspaper's articles. Hayate originally didn't act this way until she started writing about her, so she tries her best to behave like how Hyono writes about her. Chiaki also sees himself as a hero of justice, which was based off of her. Yi is very athletic and full of energy. She enjoys exploring the tunnel at the basement of the school and guides students who find themselves lost. When she's there, she wears a rabbit costume. There's a good chance that Mitsuru is based on her. They both have a lot of energy and tend to dash a lot. They also both love bread. The swim team consists of Captain Ushio, Vice Captain Hibiki, and Ikari. Ushio is a shy introvert. She loves to swim and can move better in water than on land. Kanata was based off of her. Hibiki is very friendly and easygoing. Her swimming ability is at a national level, but she doesn't care about speed. It's rare to see her go all out. Her first name is the same as Wataru's surname, despite her surname being the same as Natsume's first. It's written with a different kanji. Ikari loves to swim. Her life goal is to be the fastest swimmer in the world. She often tries to compete with Hibiki to improve, although Hibiki finds it tiring. She thinks Ushio smells good and has a bad habit of biting people. The tennis team consists of Captain Mari, Azusa and Himino. The tennis team believes in living peaceful, carefree lives. Mari is a skillful tennis player and a trustworthy person. She takes tennis more seriously than others and encourages her teammates to put more effort. She plays tennis all day and is planning to attend university where tennis is more popular. She has an elderly-like manner of speaking due to how much time she spent with older people. Chiaki's appearance is based off of her design. Himino is gentle and kind, similar to Hikaru. Himino also has superhuman-like strength even though she's short and petite. She wants to use her strength for good and help others, although she can break things without meaning to. She wears a superhero outfit when she does. During tennis practice, she can hit balls so fast that no one can return them. Azusa likes to keep a smile on her face to make others happy. She's very unathletic despite being in the tennis team. She is also a part of the healthcare committee and can easily draw in students to often beg her to take them to the infirmary due to her fluffy aura. She used to dye her hair black and wear glasses to avoid standing out. She also talks in the third person, very similar to Sora. The track team consists of Captain San, Vice Captain Matsumi, and Mitsuru. San is a lazily playful type of person. She's quite airheaded and acts overly casually in the most extreme situations. She's not good at considering others' feelings. Despite being lazy, she is the fastest runner on her team. She's focused on going at her own pace. She also works at the cafe. She has a somewhat similar personality to Ritsu. Matsumi is energetic and jolly. She has a burning passion for track and hopes to become a pro. She often talks big about herself, filled with high hopes. The volleyball team consists of Kana, Saa, and Mike. Kana is hardworking and immensely strict. She's a no-nonsense kind of person and gets easily irritated by anything going wrong. She often scolds people, but she does it out of love. She is childhood friends with Maria and is protective over her. It is possible that Shu is based off of her. They act very similarly and a lot of their cards have the same vibe. She treats her teammates similarly to how Shu used to treat Mika and Nazuna in the past. Having a trusting relationship with Saa but treats Mika harshly. I'll be waiting for the day these divas meet. Saa is a hardworking and serious person. She is the president of her class and is respected by her classmates. She is protective over her friends and doesn't want to cause them any trouble. Saa is a part of the buddy-buddy trio with Natsumi and Nana. She has a lack of interest in romance and gets annoyed when they tease her. Natsumi likes to tease her whenever she's around the protagonist. Hakuto could possibly be based off of her. They have similar personalities and appearance. The dynamic between her and Nana are very similar to Hakuto and Subaru. Mike looks and acts like a cat. She can understand what cats are saying. She instinctively chases around things when she sees them, which is why her role in the team is the ball girl. Despite her acting like a cat, she insists she is a human. I already said who is in each committee, but I wanna go over each one and explain their purposes. The Arboriculture Committee consists of Chizuru and Midori. They focus on spreading greenery and flowers throughout campus. The Athletics Committee consists of Hayate and Ichika. They focus on bettering the experiences of the school's athletes. The Beautification Committee consists of Sakura, Yuri and Hajime. They focus on maintaining the academy's beauty and visual image, keeping the school clean. The Disciplinary Committee consists of Kidasuka and Koharu. They focus on enforcing the rules of the school and giving consequences out to whoever breaks them. The Election Administration Committee consists of Misaki and Shizuku. They focus on the election process of high positions within committees, clubs and student council. The Healthcare Committee consists of Tsuayuri, Maria, Kirumi and Azusa. They focus on the physical well-being of students and promote health and wellness. Natsumi described them as a group of airheads. The Library Committee consists of Shion and Hotori. They focus on keeping the library organized and tidy. Merry Melody is the school's idol group. Consists of Tsubasa and Katori. Misaki sometimes joins them. They sing the engirls theme song. I know I threw a lot of information at you and there's so many characters to remember. I tried my best to keep everything easy to understand. I hope this video intrigues you to get into engirls. It may be discontinued, but our girls will not be forgotten. Again, there isn't a lot localized and it would be appreciated if you could help out the engirls fandom wiki. There's a whole other part of the enstars universe to explore that has been kept hidden in plain sight. Hopefully one day engirls can make a comeback and maybe even collab with enstars. But for now we will have to enjoy what we have. I'd love to hear your thoughts on engirls. If you want a space to talk about it, I suggest to join the engirls Discord server. It is filled with a lot of welcoming individuals that have love and passion for engirls. I had a lot of fun putting this video together and I'll definitely be making more videos like this in the future. Let me know what other enstars or even engirls topics you want me to cover in the future. I put a lot of effort and research into these and try to make it as accurate as possible, so I hope you found this video helpful. With that being said, I'm gonna go visit Kimisaki to see my Diva Slay at volleyball.